Listen up, lawyers, pro se people, and anybody involved in the court system. I got a video here that is hot off the presses with some kind of mind-blowing, earth-shattering kind of information. The 11th and 17th Judicial Circuits, that's down in Miami-Dade, Broward County, issued an order, and the bar just printed a journal report here a couple hours ago, and it requires every single party, lawyers and pro se people alike, to certify when they are using generative AI in legal submissions. Now, folks, this is going to rock the world out there, and here's why it's going to rock the world. Because there's a whole lot of AI that's happening that people aren't disclosing, and it's a big mess. Let me give you an example. Last week, I had this hearing, and the deal was that a guy had filed bankruptcy just a couple of hours, I guess, before the hearing had started. And man, lickety split right out of the bat, boom, I got this pleading from the other side that attempted to just, well, it didn't attempt, it just blew up the whole basic concept of bankruptcy that you all know called automatic stay. And the deal is, we all know as lawyers that when there's an automatic stay, the bankruptcy judge, boom, there's a reason why it's called automatic, right? And but these lawyers on the other side had generated this pleading that, man, it sounded good. It said, no, automatic stay does not exist. And it went on, chapter verse, about how the automatic stay didn't exist. And it was odd to me because I've been around the block a few times. That's why I got the gray hair, and that's why I got the wrinkles on my face. And I thought that bankruptcy was automatic. Well, it turns out, again, my spidey sense were up about this whole AI deal, and I looked at the case, and that's not what the case said, and it's this motion that was drafted just affirmatively said that. But I did something else. I took the automatic stay notice, and I ran it through generative AI, and I said, hey, draft me a motion that says that it doesn't exist. And sure enough, boom, what came out from that prompt that I gave it was a memo that was almost word for word of what had been drafted on the other side. And then I ran that memo through, and I was like, can you tell me whether that memo, the thing that just been filed, was generative AI? And AI basically said, yeah, it was. But what's happening now, and they use that just as a case study and the kind of crap that we're seeing on a regular basis. And I told the judge in that hearing, Judge, this sounds suspiciously like, reads suspiciously like AI to me because it just doesn't feel right. And you start to see when it's AI because it takes a proposition and runs with it, whether it's true or not. But the important thing is, and I'm going to drop a link to the article in here about what this order says. It's an administrative order, and it applies to any document filed in the court: pleadings, motions, respondents, memorandums, proposed orders, and you got to disclose on the face of it that you're using AI. It doesn't just want disclosure. It requires this very specific certification statement that says generative AI was used in the preparation of this filing. The undersigned certifies that all the factual assertions, legal authority, and citations have been independently reviewed and verified for accuracy and accepts full responsibility. You can't just let this AI stuff do the work. It breaks down sections on what pro se people are supposed to do, what attorneys are supposed to do, confidentiality and authenticity, certification language, and importantly, sanctions for noncompliance. There aren't suggestions. It's a court-imposed obligation, and it goes along beside the Florida Bar AI requirements that requires lawyers to disclose this stuff. Now, it's going to shake out a lot of people out there. It's going to shake out a lot of stuff in the industry, right? Because I can tell you one thing. These companies are really pushing hard on this AI to lawyers, and they are confirming and performing that it's doing everything. Well, it ain't going to work for long. What is adopted in Broward, Miami-Dade right now, hot off the presses, I guarantee it's coming for the rest of the state. So lawyers out there, and particularly pro se people, they're jamming this stuff out with pro se AI. Be careful, because it's going to come. It's going to bite a lot of people.